the opposition parties still don't really know what is the most effective attack line against reform. Now, the Tories think it is flushing out pro-independence candidates. They think that is damaging to reform and it helps them. But speaking to people in Labour, they think that things that show reform candidates to be stupid and daft and they don't really have a grip on the main issues of the day, that's probably the most effective line, rather than portraying them as far right.
Yeah, I mean, that feels like a pretty good strategy to me. I know that you said that people don't want them to be professional politicians, but I think they want them to be professional people. You know, nobody wants an update for an MSP.
Yeah, I mean, there is that. I mean, and I still feel like Labour, to an extent, are testing the waters on that. I think they've finally woken up to that labelling people as far right, okay, that might appeal to some folk, but it's not really the knockout punch, is it, that they're looking for?
Well, apart from anything else, Labour are going to need to, if Labour still have ambitions of challenging, John Swinney as First Minister, they're going to need some of these people who are saying they're voting reform to come back.
We'll come to Labour later, but absolutely.
So, and which is why John Swinney is kind of talking up this kind of threat of reform, and only the SNP can beat reform. Of course, the backdrop of this is the SNP love reform, deep down, because it's created this four-way split, and the unionist vote. But Labour's going to need, Labour and the Tories are going to need these votes if they're going to have a good election. And it seems unlikely the Tories are going to have a good election. It seems unlikely right now that Labour are going to have a good election, but I think there's more chance that Labour can turn it around. There's still 40 days to go. If they can win back some of those reform votes, I mean, what you're seeing in the polls are barely moving, but 1 or 2% here or there could make a big difference when it comes to seats in the chamber. So they need to win some of these people back, and calling them, saying that their voters are all racist isn't exactly a way to get these people back. But if you point out that some of the candidates might not be of the greatest quality, or some of the Labour candidates aren't of the greatest quality as well, then that might be a much better tactic.
The truth is, on immigration, actually, Labour more broadly, I think their policy is that they accept that it's got out of control over the last few years and needs to come down to more normal, traditional levels. I think that's more or less Reform's policy, just with a lot of topspin on it. And the thing that Labour need to point out is that actually they've already done it.
Labour's problem is credibility, in the sense that they have cut immigration. There's no doubt about it. It's just people probably don't believe them.
Yeah,
they don't believe the figures.
They're very bad at getting their message across.
Immigration went up under Boris Johnson mainly, and I don't think this is all down necessarily to Labour policy in government, but it is now back down to roughly where it was pre-pandemic. I don't think it's a big problem.